ॐ गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हरदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ यज्ञेश्वराय विद्महे येसुनाथाय धीमहि तन्नो त्यागी प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वाम् अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद योपमायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति अग्निर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो अग्निरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अग्नेरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपमायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति वायुर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो वायोरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति असौ वै तपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपमायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् तनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपमायतनौ वेद आयतनवान् भवति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of the Father in heaven and the divine Son on this auspicious Aradhana day of both of them. May we all be together. May we all be nourished together. May we all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not conflict or contradict with each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Our Father, thou art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Namaste, Christe. Namaste, Christe. Namaste, Christe. Kyrie eleison. Namaste, Christe. Namaste, Christe. Namaste, Christe. Kyrie eleison. Kyrie, Kyrie eleison. Kyrie, Kyrie eleison. Kyrie, Kyrie eleison. Kyrie eleison. Namaste, Christe. Namaste, Christe. Namaste, Christe. Kyrie eleison. Wishing you all a holy Easter that represents the rejuvenation or the resurrection beyond who we think we are and who others think we are. This entire episode of the incredible crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus the Christ is what is almost precisely described in Purusha Suktam. The entire Purusha Suktam is almost to the verbatim, is about the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus the Christ. Obviously, people ask the question, well, Vedas are eternal. How is it that this crucifixion is described in Vedas, which are eternal, and that only happened 2,500 years ago? Why is that? How do we reconcile that? The answer is very simple. Every aspect of divinity before it manifested is already described in the Vedas. Rama, Krishna, all the divine aspects about the creation, the creator, and the great messiahs associated, how to bridge between the creator and the creation. These are the bridges. All of those have been already mentioned. In fact, Krishna's story about the entire Gopikas, Rasa Leela, whole of that is described as Goloka even before Krishna descended onto the earth. So have no confusion. People say, oh, how come in Mahanarayana Upanishad Krishna's name is mentioned? But if Vedas are what we are thinking that these names of these incredible souls are only attributable to the historical figures. But his story is completely described even before it happened. And this beautiful story is to understand how love manifests itself. And today's thought for the day of Bhagwan is a very beautiful reminder of what Jesus represents and what is the life of Jesus, how he has incredibly beautifully explained. Perhaps you can bring it up, and then we can go through that before we get into the next. These contexts are extremely important. What are the three declarations made by Christ, and what is the significance of them in our lives? As we observe Easter, Bhagavan lovingly reminds us, Chandramavapam pushpam, pushpavan prajavan pashuman bhavati. The moon reflected in the flowing water is broken and fragmentary. It flows fast, apparently with the floods. The moon is the lake. Moon in the lake is calm, unmoved, undistracted. These two are but reflections of the real moon in the sky. The moon reflected in the flood is the individual soul engaged in activity, embroiled in Maya, cause and effect. The moon reflected in the placid face of the lake is the yogi who has attained balance, equipoise, peace, dwelling in the one. The real moon in the sky is the eternal witness, the absolute, the primal principle. Christ spoke of these three when he made three statements referring to the individual soul. He said, I am the messenger of God, referring to himself as the yogi. He said, I am the son of God, realizing that these two are but reflections and that the real moon is the witness in the sky, that he too is the formless, nameless absolute. He declared towards the end of his life, I and my Father are one. All beings are images of the universal Atma. In the names and forms they have apparently assumed, this is the truth, enclosed, elaborated, and demonstrated in the spiritual texts of India, which form the basis of the Bharatiya culture. The essence of all faiths and the goal of all spiritual endeavor is this, the merging in this unity. The object of all inquiry is this, to cognize this unity. This is the essence of Mantra Pushpam. Religions arise from the minds of good men who crave to make all men good. They strive to eliminate evil and cure the bad. Be aware, be alert. Religions arise from the mind. Chandramava apam pushpam pushpavan prajavan pashuman bhavati. This is all is to be known. Ya evam veda yopamayatanam veda yaha apaha ayatanam veda. The one who knows the abode of love. Ayatanavan bhavati will become the abode of love itself. So yesterday's Mantra Pushpam, we concluded with Islam as the Chandramava apam pushpam pushpavan prajavan pashuman bhavati. The next is Nakshatra. Nakshatrani va apamayatanam. So very important for people to chant. When most of us are chanting, we say Nakshatrani va apamayat. That is a meaningless chant. It doesn't have the vibration. Similarly, ya evam veda, that wow should be pronounced like that, not ya evam veda. Then the matras are broken. The duration of the vibration is affected. As I said yesterday, we think we know this Mantra Pushpam. Chant it without seeing the book. Listen to it with the book in front of you, not any other book, this script, so that you will understand holdings, you will understand phonetics, you will understand all the 6 principles of how this vibration is produced with pronunciation, intonation, duration, force, continuity, and scale, all those things. Then only you are producing a vibration. And this beautiful shot that Neeraj released from Vedas for All about how the experiments were done in physics with sand particles on a plate and playing Omkaram in its natural vibration state, how all those sand particles on the plate organize themselves with the vibration of the Omkaram, how the water molecules organize themselves with the presence of the vibration of the mantras. Similarly, all the particles in your body also organize beautifully when the vibration is perfect. We are thinking all these mantras are prayers to some god who is sitting somewhere. It's fine from a religion point of view. But from a spiritual point of view, all these mantras are benefit at physical, mental, and even at spiritual level. The entire thoughts will get organized beautifully when they are enchanted by these vibrations. And when they get organized so beautifully, you have such incredible clarity. Like Bhagavan was talking about, equipoised, steady, still water. Then the moon is reflecting perfectly in it. And the truth is that you are the moon yourself, or you are the sun yourself. Today's Gita Vahini study circle is about this. So nakshatrani va apamayatanam, and then I will chant the mantra now. Nakshatrani va apamayatanam. When you practice the mantras, that is the speed with which you have to practice. And only when you can chant perfectly at low speed, you will be able to maintain that vibration in faster speed. Nakshatrani va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati. That bhavati should not be separated. Ayatanavan bhavati. That's continuity. Actually, in this script, we should correct and put a dash after ayatanava bhavati. Yo nakshatranam veda ayatanavan bhavati. Apo vai nakshatranam ayatanavan bhavati. Ya evam veda, not ya evam veda, people are chanting like that. Ya evam veda, yopamayatana veda, ayatanavan bhavati. Please chant one time.
Om Nakshatrani va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati yo nakshatranamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati Apo vai nakshatranamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda yopamayatano veda ayatanavan bhavati.
Are we both in scale or both off scale?
I think I'm off slightly.
Om. Nakshatra. How we understand the meaning of this word? Star. But actually nakshatra means kshatra, means decay. Nakshatra means that which is not subject to any decay. And this, the one, again, applying the meaning. Nakshatrani va apam, nakshatrani vaha apa, nakshatrani va apam ayatanam. For these stars, love is the abode. Nakshatrani va apamayatanam. Ayatanavan bhavati. Indeed, it is the abode. So combining the two, verily, love is the abode of this nakshatra. Yaha nakshatranam ayatanam veda. The one who knows this abode of the stars, ayatanavan bhavati, will be that abode. Apaha vai nakshatranam ayatanam. Love itself is the abode of this repetition. It is like affirmation. So here, what is this nakshatra? Nakshatra means that which is undecaying. What is undecaying? The undecaying aspect is the presence, the omnipresence. Omnipresence as it is reflected by the light that is emanating from the six corners of the star that is going north, east, west, east, west, north, south, up and down. The all pervading nature of this star, which represents the Star of David in Judaism, that divine omnipresence, the abode of that omnipresence is love. If you actually look at this nakshatra, it is two triangles, one triangle going upward, another triangle coming downward. And that's how those two triangles represent the six corners of the star. That is the symbolic construction of the star. So that is represented as going up is Satchitananda, and then coming down Anandamayi, Chaitanyamayi, Satyamayi, Parame. And that's the reason why the symbol that of Aurobindo, Yogi Sri Aurobindo, another incredible Mahatma that's born in this great land of Bharat, his symbol is this star that represents upward Satchit Ananda, downward Anandamayi, Chaitanyamayi, Satyamayi, Parame. That is his Maha Mantra. Anandamayi, Chaitanyamayi, Satyamayi, Parame. Anandamayi, Chaitanyamayi, Satyamayi, Parame, the ultimate. So Nakshatrani Vapamayatanam is Judaism. And then the next is Parjanya. Please chant this mantra without me chanting. Om.
Om Parjanyo va apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati yaf parjanyasyayatano veda ayatanavan bhavati Apo vai parjanyasyaayatanam ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda yopamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati.
Parjanya, that which showers, is what is called Parjanya, literal meaning of it. That in which the shower is embedded is what is called Parjanya. And here it represents Parjanya, meaning that which showers very much. What is showering from up above, technically speaking, literally speaking, in direct experience is the cloud, that which showers. But symbolically that represents grace. So therefore, Parjanya, that which showers, the abode of that verily is the love. And he who knows this abode of that grace likewise becomes the love itself. Grace, in essence, is the shower of love. Think about his love. Think about his goodness. Think about His grace that brought us through. For as high as the sky above, great is the measure of our Father's love. Great is the measure of our Father's love. Great is the measure of our Father's love. That is Parjanya. You see, you understand how this divine awareness gets tuned into the mind? Because it is present totally to that awareness. The mind does not escape that. Then you will truly live this love. Not say love all, serve all, empty words. We don't understand what those words actually mean. We say, with the grace of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Do you really understand what grace is? No. What is grace? Grace is that which is given when you completely exhaust all the skills, capabilities, everything that is given to you to do His work. And when you try to do His work, offering everything that He has given to you, and then that is not enough to get that work done, then what you will do? Then He will come and fill the gap that is left between all the effort of your faculties plus that thing called grace to make that happen. Grace is not just putting a lamp in heavy wind and saying, "Oh, by your grace, let that not be put off." We are thinking grace means that which showers without us doing anything. Grace comes only after all the effort of your mind, your senses, your intellect. Everything has to be completely put into place. So that grace showers. It is then is the shower of love. Parjanyo va pamayatana. Ayatanavan bhavati. Chant the next one, please. Om.
ॐ संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम्.
A confident Cholida. You chant with confidence.
Okay.
Samvatsaro va apamayatanam.
संवत्सरो वा अपमायतनम्.
That tsa has to come down a little bit so that the row will. Samvatsa, the va is a little bit down, right? Samvatsaro va apamayatanam.
संवत्सरो वा अपमायतनम्. आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनो वेद.
Yeah, your tanau, that o has to come with the two lips producing the sound, that o. Yas संवत्सरस्यायतनं Veda.
यः संवत्सरस्यायतनो वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद.
Okay, that's a good place to pause. Samvatsarova. Samvatsaraha. Where is that? Please, Padapatham. Samvatsaraha. Samvatsaraha va apam ayatanam. This actually, I think it is vaha. I have to check, but samvatsaraha apam ayatanam, same applying. Samvatsara. What is samvatsara? After studying Aruna Prashna all this time, what is samvatsara? What is samvatsara?
The flow.
Literal meaning is the year.
Literal meaning is the year.
It's 6 seasons. Sir. 6.
Saidam. No. All of that is correct answers only. But samvatsaraha means what?
The time.
He already told that.
All the three worlds.
Who is saying that?
Akhilan.
Where is that meaning in samvatsara?
We see the above. The
No, there is no meaning like that for samvatsara.
The one with Vatsalyam.
One with Vatsalyam. Okay. What is Vatsalyam?
Is love again.
Is love again. Then love is repeated 2 times. Punaravrti dosha. Cannot be repeated like Punaravrti dosham. Same meaning, 2 words cannot go next to each other with the same meaning. Then it is called Punaravrti dosham. You cannot use 2 words in a sentence with the same meaning. It's like calling sum total, whole, sum. Those are all very incorrect words. You cannot use 2 words with the same meaning.
Veena says it's flow of time. Flow. What did you say? Flow.
Just thinking.
Flow. She said flow of time. What did you say?
Flow. Yes. Flow. So what is that which is flowing all the time? Is the time. So Vatsaraha, Samvatsaraha, in which everything is flowing. Anubhishcha, Makhadbhishcha. Go to the earlier mantras of Aruna Prashna. Yes. Anushascha, Mahascha, Anubhishcha, Makhadbhishcha. All those beautiful mantras you've forgotten already. There I have described in detail how they apply to this thing called Samvatsara. And to know that it is only that itself is a big mistake. Tannadyo abhisamajante sorussati na nivartate evannana samuddhanah kala samvatsaragshritah anushascha mahasascha sarve samavayantritam satai sarvai samavishtah ऊरुस्सन्न निवर्तते अधिसंवत्सरं विद्यात् तदेव लक्षणे. What is its lakshana? Lakshana means characteristics, properties. Kala samvatsara gishritag. Time is in samvatsara, he is saying. Not time is samvatsara. Kala Kala samvatsarag shritah. Time is in samvatsara. Yes, all those mantras, right? Anubhishcha maghadbhishcha samarudhav pradrishyate संवत्सरः प्रत्यक्षेण नाधिसत्त्वः प्रदृश्यते पटरो विक्लितः पिङ्गः एतद्वरुणलक्षणं यत्रैतदुपदृश्यते सहस्रं तत्र नीयते एकगुंहिशिरो नानामुखे कृत्सन्तद्रुतुलक्षणम्. Rutu is its property. It is not Rutus. Who said Rutus? So you have to understand that. You are taking its property and calling it by its property, which is what the mind does. It does not actually look at what it is. It describes something by its property. Therefore, it is that. Don't fall trap into that. So that beautiful mantra, what it says at the end of it, what is the Brahmanam that Anuvakam is saying? Shukrante anyat jajatante anyat bhadrate pushan niharatirastu natra bhuvanam na pusha na pashavaha naditya samvatsarayeva pratyakshena priyatamam vidyat etadvai samvatsarasya priyatamagum rupam yosya mahanardhavutpatsyamano bhavate idam punyam kurushveti tamaharanam dadyat. My brothers and sisters, real study is this. When the word samvatsara comes, all these mantras have to just manifest themselves in awareness to say, oh my God, this is what samvatsara is. Samvatsara is not time. Time is a manifest of samvatsara. Rutus are a manifest of samvatsara. Satya is the manifest of Sri Rama. Prema is the manifest of Sri Krishna. He is beyond that. And now go back to Devi Mahatyam, what you are studying in Devi Mahatyam, 4th chapter, Shakradistuti. Gunas are born in you. You should not be described by the gunas. That's what the Shakradi Stuti mantras say. Gunatitaya, Gunakaraya, Gunarnavaya, Namah Shivaya, Kalakalaya, Kalarupaya, Kalatitaya, Namah Shivaya, Premarupaya, Partivasaya, Sainathaya, Namah Shivaya. Now bhajans also should come like this. Then only you are really singing bhajans. Otherwise you are only delivering a technical verbatim, some sound, music. If you make bhajan a music, you have lost its purpose. And don't release bhajans. Take a bhajan and make it release you from bondage. So samvatsara pratyakshena nadhisattva pradrishyate. See what those mantras are saying? Vere natra bhuvanam na pusha na pashavaha naditya samvatsara pratyakshena naditya samvatsara eva pratyakshena priyatamam vidyat. All those mantras are gone. Samvatsaro va apamayatanam. The property of samvatsara is based on this thing called dharma. And this dharma is the one that creates the time. And therefore the dharma, in which we spent some time 2 weeks ago about understanding what the word dharma is. That's why it is a dharma vahini. That which is flowing is dharma. And that dharma is the one that is rotating. And that dharma rotating creates this thing called, is based on karma. But if you are now looking at that karma, which is the manifestation of your actions, which is dharma, and therefore samvatsaro va apamayatanam samvatsaraha, which is dharma, the wheel of dharma, that which is flowing as dharma. What is that religion? Hello, wake up. What is the
Buddhism.
religion represented by
Buddhism.
Buddhism. Yes. Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, Sangam Saranam Gacchami. It is not Sangham, it is not Dharmam. They are Pali words. So there is no Sanskritam application there. So you have to say Buddham, Saranam, Saranam, not Sharanam, Saranam. Those are Pali. ఎంత అవేర్నెస్ ఉంటే ఇవన్నీ తెలుస్తాయి అంటే భగవంతుడే చెప్పాలి, లేకపోతే తెలియదు. So samvatsaro va apamayatanam. Samvatsara, that which is flowing verily, is the abode of this love. And he who knows this abode of that time in action or action in time is dharma, becomes the abode itself. This is the wheel of dharma, not wheel of fortune. Hello, Americans. We are only used to wheel of fortune, rotating only the wheel of fortune. Ayyo Rama. And therefore, this Dharma Chakra is now part of this flower. Then, as I said yesterday, Mantra Pushpam is over. Next one is Yopsunavam Pratishtitam Veda. Pratyeva Tishtati. Yopsunavam Pratishtitam Veda. Pratyeva Tishtati.
Yo opsunavam pratishthitam veda pratyeva tishtati.
Om. Second time. Om with Om. Om.
Om. Yo opsunavam pratishtitam veda pratyeva tishtati.
So what that means? Yaha apsu navam pratishtitam veda prati eva tishtati. What it means, Yaha Veda? He who knows navam apsu pratishtitam, that boat which is now in waters, that is the literal meaning. The one who knows that boat in the waters, established in the waters, by knowing that boat, in turn, he will get very well established. Tishtati means to be seated. Prati eva tishtati means to be very much, verily seated in that boat. First, there is a boat that is sitting in the waters, stably sitting in the waters. Because the boat is something that you look at that is wobbling in the waters. Here, this boat is special. This boat is not wobbling in the waters. This boat is seated in the waters. It is not moving in the waters. Very unique boat. And the one who knows that boat will in turn be very much stable. That is the meaning of it. So what is the religion that is missing now in Mantra Pushpam? Over. Mantra Pushpam is over. Where is Hinduism? Hello. Where is Hinduism? We talked about Agnirva is Zoroastrianism. Asavai Tapannaha is Christianity. Then Chandramava Apam is Islam. Nakshatraniva Apa is Judaism. Samvatsarava Apa is Buddhism. What happened to Hinduism? I was perplexed. But yet one petal was empty. And then Swami said, there is nothing called Hinduism. There is no Hinduism. There is no symbol for it. Then he said very beautifully, this boat itself represents Sanatana Dharma, in which all the dharmas are seated. There is no special dharma called Hinduism. That in which everything is present is called Sanatana Dharma. So don't make yourself a lunatic by calling I am a Hindu. That's the biggest delusion. All Bharatiya Janata Party gone with the wind. There is nothing like that. Actually speaking, there is nothing like that. But of course, now there are people that argue because it's getting degraded, pervaded, this and taken over, that and this and all of that stuff. But let me tell you, and not me, Bhagavan himself has said, if that dharma vanishes, the entire humanity will vanish. If that ever happens, the entire humanity, the whole universe will get dissolved. Because that is on which everything is sitting. Prati eva tishtati. Everything is seated in that. Now, there is this thing, Swami, there is this thing you put in this in your organizational logo. This organizational logo beautifully has an Omkaram in it. How is that Omkaram related to this mantra? And then Swami said, yes, now you got it, Rabangaru. That's why it is called Pranava. Nava means boat. Pranava means this unique boat that is Pratitishthati. Pratyeva tishtati navaha iti pranavaha. And therefore that Omkaram represents that boat which is now seated stably in this thing called love. And there is nothing to know about it. It is just to be seated in it. Ya evam veda yo opsunavam pratishthitam veda. Yopamaitanam veda, no. All of that mantra applies to the previous ones only. Here, ya evam veda, the one who knows that. What? Apsunavam pratishthitam veda. The one who knows this beautiful boat called Pranava. Pranavaswarupa Hari Om, Narayana Hari Om. And that Pranava is the Om. And where is that Omkaram born in? Dustara Bhavasagara Taranam. It is the Pranavan that takes you across this unstable ocean of samsara. And therefore, in that bhajan, beautiful bhajan, Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam, the bhajan ends with Omkaram Bhava, Omkaram Bhava, Omkaram Bhava, Om Namo Baba. So the one who knows this love gets established in this Omkara itself. And this Omkara is the all-pervading, ever-existing, always resonating vibration of the entire universe, the Shabda Brahman itself. And that is the root of all the vibrations. That's the root of everything. So now we have learnt the essence, which is the flower of all the mantras, which is now nothing but love itself. Which in that love itself, the sacrificial fire which is born, in that love itself, the sacrifice of ego is born. In that love itself, annihilation of the mind is born. In that love itself, the all-pervading omnipresence of God is born. In that love itself, the wheel of dharma as a action in time is born. And the Om, the fundamental boat of love, in which all of them rest. And then when that dream was completed, with Bhagavan's face in the middle of the flower, with all these symbols populated, Swami said, that is the reason why my organizational logo is Mantra Pushpam. Anybody who created any other logo is a hallucination. The only logo that Bhagavan Sri Sat Sai Baba created is Mantra Pushpam, not any other Pushpam. You can create so many flowers. Artificial intelligence will also do it. And put whatever words you want to put in it. That's not Mantra Pushpam. This is Mantra Pushpam. And this Mantra Pushpam is born directly in the Vedas itself. Whatever Swami says is Veda. Veda is what Swami has said. If there is anything outside, then it is a hallucination. It's mind created. Okay. 4 minutes left. So, this next set of mantras, what is 85.1? Okay, we are going to now 85th mantra. 85th mantra, if I start that, I won't be able to complete it. The next set of mantras actually bring beautiful closure about this apaha, the love in Aruna Prishna. And then the next set of mantras will take to the ritual aspect of Aruna Ketuka Chayana. Those who are studying this Aruna Prishna from day one, I'm telling you, you are uniquely blessed. What you have to do is, at least in a day, take a couple of mantras from the beginning and start chanting them every day as a practice. And then when you are doing that, you will have, now you see how many things I have to study, sir. I have to study Rudram, I have to study Devi. When will this end? I'm going crazy already. I've become a nutcase. My family is actually saying you have become a nutcase. The essence of this is actually, they call it Prasthanatraya as something else. For this body and the mind, this is Prasthanatrayam. Aruna Prishna, Rudra Prishna, Devi Mahatmyam. This is Prasthanatrayam. And this will give you complete knowledge of all the scriptures, not only scriptures, every single moral, physical, mental fabric of the entire humanity you will understand. And I am specially blessed because you are giving me opportunity to write all the transcripts now. Every time I am writing these transcripts, artificial intelligence doesn't do much justice to it. So I have to sit down and when I'm writing these and those that are doing the translation of these transcripts are even more blessed because they get to read them and understand them, convert them into the language and reread them in their own language. Are we doing Hindi now? Mona, are you doing Hindi transcripts? Yes? No?
Not yet. I started
Not
with
Aruna
Devi
Prishna, but
Mahatmyam.
you're doing Devi Mahatmya. Okay. So now these transcripts are being produced in Hindi, in Tamil, in Spanish, in Russian, Telugu also. Ma? Somebody is doing in Telugu also now. So if you have your own favorite language called Timbuktu, also do the transcription in Timbuktu and you will connect to this. Because what happens is what happens with the study is that our awareness about the mantra will get formalized. So then what happens is Ardhanusandhana Purvakam Guru Devatatmyaikya Siddhyartham Madhyama Swarena. All those principles you will apply. Ardha Anusandhanam. Anusandhana means integrating the meaning with what you are chanting. The chanting happens. And when that happens, truly, this flower, mantra pushpam, will blossom in the heart. And then you will begin to see the efficacy of that. Jai Sai Ram. All right. Let's close with Yadaksharapada Bhrashtam.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु.
Okay, so before we take any questions, does anybody know what's happening next Saturday?
Rudram.
Rudram, Ekadash Rudram.
Maharudram, yes. So please, I'll be a broken record. I'll keep telling you all, whoever takes this into heart will become part of Samvatsara. They become part of the flow. There is nothing great. Your individual sadhanas will not take you anywhere. I'm telling you, it's like cleaning your mirror once in 3 days. That's all it will do. If you really want to be with the flow, and this is very significant to be part of this collective sadhana. Individual sadhana is great. So what all these New Jersey guys, everybody wake up. Konchada, wake up and wake everybody up. Become a pest, man. Don't hesitate to be a pest to God's work. Otherwise, what will happen is you will suffer from happiness. Call 5 people near your home, 5 miles around, and do the Rudram chanting, do the Devi Matyam chanting. You don't require huge number, but you, part of this collective thing is very important. And if you are not, and I understand if you are in some God forbidden place called Spokane, or what is it called?
Yeah.
You have no choice. You have no choice, or Greensboro. You have no choice. But you are blessed to be in Sacramento. You are blessed to be in Bay Area, blessed to be in New Jersey. I don't know how many people in India really take this to heart and be part of this collective sadhana. Be part of collective sadhana. Otherwise, if you are doing your own Ekadash Rudrabhishekams, ask them to be part of this. Don't create your own group and your own drama. Be part of Rama. Jai Sai Ram. Okay. Any other questions? Comments? And do this collective japa sadhana, Purascharana japa. That's another flow. I mean, people may not be able to chant Gayatri and all these mantras. To chant Gayatri mantra requires a little more sadhana. But to say Om Sri Saishwaraya Namaha is such a simple thing. 1,100 people are doing that japa now from 58 countries. 54 million times, or 53, or is it 54 now? 53, I don't know. I lost count. What is it now?
53?
53.97, almost 54. 10 to 11 million times a month that mantra japa is happening. And can you imagine if you are part of that flow of incredible vibration, you will flow much faster to reach the ocean. Otherwise, you will have to keep coming and keep going until you fall into that river that is flowing to go into the vibration. Jai Sai Ram. Okay, looks like no more questions. We'll close with...
Anna, what about Parjanya? Is there a religion with Parjanya then?
I already said every religion's essence is grace.
Oh, okay.
Is there a religion for Parjanya? You can start it, called Swatiism.
Oh my gosh, no, then it will be adding more ego.
You can call it Parjanya. Let's call a religion called Parjanya. That's how religions came. You think Christ established Christianity? Christ did not establish Christianity. Jesus Christ never established any Christianity. Any great Messiah that has come did not establish any religion. did not, with the exception of later on, as we entered into 17th century, so on and so forth, Ramanujacharya, all these guys came and they started their own religion called Vaishnavism and all of that stuff. But no, Adi Shankara did not start any religion. He revived the Sanatana Dharma, which was getting misinterpreted and was lost because of all these people that are doing the Vedic rituals without understanding what it means. He revived all of that and brought context to the spirit of what it is. Anyway, there is no religion for Parjanya. We can start one if you want. Okay.
Madam Brother,
All right.
just wanted to comment. The Parjanya, you said the meaning like, and especially connected to grace, everything he has given is exhaust and he will fill the gap. And it was just reminded me like the prayer which we do, like take my love, in that prayer we say the last line, take everything from me and let me be an instrument. So like I felt many times when we when I was doing that prayer initially, that there was a fear with ego, take everything away from me.
Oh, yeah.
But now,
He'll take it away
so
and
then,
then we won't get it back. Oh my God, that would be a horrible thing, somebody takes it away. Then what happened if they take it away, never give it back to me, I lost it. Yeah, very genuine fear. Yes, yes. Oh
so
Lord,
that
take
way,
something means what if he really takes? Oh my God, what if he really takes it away? What if suddenly, you put all that beautiful Naivedyam in front of him. Suddenly, what if he eats all of it? What will happen to me? There won't be any prasadam left. So that's why we don't want to keep that Naivedyam any long. So, yeah, don't ask God seriously. He'll take it away.
no, when I actually say, then I actually feel it. That so then this really helped me. That it is good that he will take it, then he will fill you with the gap. So that's what I wanted to come to. So when he will create a gap, then only he will be able to feel it. Otherwise, if there is no gap, then he will not be able. I mean, the grace is not going to be there. So, am I making sense?
Yeah, you
I'm
want to
trying to
feel the
connect.
gap. Yeah, then only you will experience the grace. Yes.
Yes, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. That before there was
Mm.
like when you say it, you feel it. When you say surrender, that's the time you feel that you still have that ego that you are doing something. So in that way, like when you say you take it everything away from me, then that that feeling is there. But now you made it full circle. That if you create a
See,
gap, then only he will feel it. That's how I got it. Sairam, thank you.
yeah, so that is, see what Swami's prayer of that is like a prayer. But truly speaking, do all of those belong to you?
No, nothing belongs to us, but the feeling you
So then
have
what
that.
is the, so that prayer, oh Lord, take also means that it belongs to you, If something belongs to you, then you can say, please take it, right?
Mhm, mhm.
If it doesn't belong to you, then what is the word of take it? So it is a
That is
bhakti, it is still a separation bhakti point of view. But at the end of the day, truly speaking, nothing belongs to you. Nothing whatsoever belongs to you. The only thing, if at all, that belongs to you, meaning the individual, is what?
Our own thoughts.
no, the separation. That's what is your ego. That is
Yeah. When you think
separating
about
you
it, you will understand it. So, Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam means that only. Just the thought itself has to be given up. That is the only thing that potentially belongs to the individual, because the thought is individualized. Everything else is part of the universe. Jai Sai Ram. Okay, any other questions or comments?
Sairam Shekhar
Good.
garu, I guess one small question. Sanathan,
Yes, sir.
may I ask that question, sir?
Yes, sir. Please, sir. You're not
Okay.
asking me,
Even
yourself.
you have given grace as that which is when a man exhausts fully his faculties and skills, ultimately the grace comes actually. Faculties and skills in a timely manner, whatever it is. What exactly is the difference in this case? Grace, luck, fortune, bliss. What is the difference in all these cases? We say is fortunate. So, I want to give one example. If you allow me, can I give an example?
Yes, sir.
P.T. Usha, one of the sprinter of India, in 1984 New York Olympics, she came fourth. That is, he lost the medal by 1/100th of a second, by a hair's breadth. She exhausted all of her efforts, but she could not get the medal. Of course, she got all India praise for her, including Prime Minister. But grace was not there in her case.
Are you asking me a question or interpreting that?
No, I just wanted to know. The question is, I want to know the distinction between all these four. A grace.
Okay, that's the question. Okay. No,
That's the
I don't know
question.
about
This is
PT
an
Usha,
example.
but okay. So actually, I have described this in many sessions. What is the difference between a prayer, a blessing, grace, and mercy? I think I spoke about this several times in this forum. 4 words, which are very much synonyms of what you are talking about. What is a prayer? I pray to you, Bhagavan. Next, with your blessings, Bhagavan. With your grace, Bhagavan. With your mercy, Bhagavan. These are 4 things we used to address God, no? Yes? Sharmagar, are you tracking with me? Yeah? Am I in the same zone of your thinking? Are we in the same zone, sir? Your question is related to those 4, isn't it? I can't hear him. You are on mute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So first you have to understand, when do you pray? What does prayer mean? You already heard about all of this. What is prayer? When do you pray? Pray means what? In most of
Conversation.
our
Conversation with God.
No, there is no conversation. What does prayer mean? Oh, this fellow's, this Somu's sons replied when I asked him, those fellows were Kutti fellows at that time, Jay and Vijay. I asked him, hey, what does prayer mean? He said, Mama, prayer means a lot of people say something and they don't have any clue what they're saying. That's what's called prayer. And that is so true. We pray so much to God, we have no clue what we are saying to God. When she says conversation, if it is conversation, it is not a prayer. Conversation is a, so prayer actually means expressing your gratitude, saying thanks. You pray to God for what you have already received, not to receive more. Hello, Sairam. It is not to receive more that you do prayer. What do you do prayer for? Prayer is, thank you for giving me all these things. Expression of gratitude. That is prayer. That's why everyday prayer is about thanking God for what has already happened the day before in your life. You're able to wake up in the morning. For that, you have to be thankful. No. That is a prayer. And then blessings. Blessings means taking care of your needs without you looking for it. What are your needs? I need food, I need water, I need shelter. All those things, those are his blessings. They are coming as his blessings. So therefore, you have to look at those as blessing. How many people don't even have those basic needs fulfilled? And we are blessed that God has given us those things: a place to live, food to eat, water when needed, clothes to wear, etc., etc. I already described now what is the next level, which is grace. Grace is something that now it's nothing to do with you per se. Grace comes when you undertake that which is beyond yourself, beyond your own basic needs. You want to do a huge service project. You want to do something for the humanity. You want to do a universal prayer. And to doing that, your own skills, your capabilities, your establishment is as an individual is not good enough. And that will not meet the need. Then you have to invoke the collective presence of people. And therefore you enroll the like-minded people into that. Now it is nothing to do with you. Hello, grace is not about individual, some Usha PT performing in some sports. That is individual effort. That's not a collective effort. You have to have a team. You have to work collectively and pray collectively, work collectively, and do something collectively. And when you do that, even the collective effort is not good enough to make it happen. Then the grace will come. Now, in the context of grace, at least there is this collective Sahana Bhavatu piece involved. But now imagine you don't even know what you want. Most of us, that is the case. But like this sister said, take my hands, means suddenly he says, okay, give me your hands. Then what will happen? Oh my God. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I didn't really mean that, God. Don't take away anything from me. So you understand how collectively are going? Pray means at individual level, you are grateful, thankful, and expression of gratitude at individual level. I am awake, I am aware, I am getting for all of this that you have already given. Blessing means without me even asking for it, at individual level, you are fulfilling all those things. Grace means I am doing something beyond myself. It's nothing about myself. And in fact, I don't even want my identity associated with it. There is no identity associated. There is no name printed anywhere. There is no book written, released, and all of this stuff. No identity associated, but collectively, and there the grace will be an amazing manifestation of the divinity. And then the final piece is, you don't even know what you want. But Bhagavan comes and tells you, Are Bangaru, this is special thing which you haven't even thought about. Let me give you that. And he gives that. It's called mercy. And the Sanskritam word for that is Kripa. Kripa Samutram. Kripa. Sanskritam word for grace, Anugraha. Sanskritam word for blessing, Ashirvachana, Ashirvada. And the one for prayer, Prarthana. Prarthana. It's not Telugu people, it's not Prarthana. మన వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కడ పోయినా డబ్బే పిచ్చి. కాబట్టి అది కూడా ధనం పెట్టేస్తారు. ప్రార్థన. ప్రార్థన కాదు అది. Prarthana. Okay, Sai Rama. That is the meaning of those words, sir. Thank you for giving the opportunity to elaborate them. Next, any other questions? Otherwise, we will offer this beautiful session at the divine lotus feet of Bhagwan in Aradhana. Today is our offering in Aradhana. April 24th is not Aradhana, that's the date of Aradhana. The actual Tithi of Aradhana is Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday, both the Father and the Son, they gave up their body for the universe. On this Easter Sunday, celebrate Bhagwan's Aradhana on Easter. Jai Sai Ram. And that is the essence of this beautiful mantra pushpam. We place this flower at their lotus feet as Aradhana. And this is the session, Aradhana session. Jai Sai Ram. Okay, next, Swastif Praja. Om Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की